All right, good fourth day. We'll get an off day tomorrow, Sunday. Get to relax. Hopefully go to church service and rehydrate, get our legs back underneath us before we go 3 more days in a row. Good to go in pads again today. Got some great punt work again today. Started introducing some punt return competition drills. It'll be great to watch that. Saw some good back and forth today. That's what we talked about, with the players out there just then early on. Thought the team run play action period started really well for the offense. Started off with a freaking touchdown pass probably, and then had some good runs. And thought the defense bounced back later on in some of our third and really long pass rush stuff. And so good back and forth. Saw some guys making plays. And day 4, baby, we're full-fledged into camp now. So we'll get us a good off day to rehydrate, rejuvenate, and we'll be back out Monday with pads on again, ready to go again. So with that, I'll open it up.
Coach, a little later in the day, second half maybe, I thought Billy made some really big time throws.
He did, didn't he? He did. He made some nice third down conversions. One of them was a wheel route on first down. It was a great throw to Drake. And then he had a third down conversion to Caston. And third down was really hard on the offense today. Some really elite blitz schemes for day 4 and putting them in some hard situations. And I thought he managed that well. And good job by Caston getting open, and good job by Billy finding them. So that was good to see.
Coach, you mentioned at SML Media Days, just year 3, you think this is the year you hit your stride. Coming in the offseason off a bowl win versus coming off kind of a struggling season, is the feel kind of different in camp, the emphasis a little different?
Yeah, the feel's way different. Now, I don't know if I necessarily said I think we're going to hit our stride. I don't remember saying that. I remember saying we got the toughest schedule in the country, but our roster is the best it's ever been. And I do believe that. I think we got a really challenging schedule, but with that provides great opportunity. But I think our roster is in a way that we can manage that and play real football. And so we're excited about that opportunity, excited about day 5 coming up.
Coach, after 4 days, just where are you guys at health-wise?
I think good, don't you? I mean, I didn't see anybody. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I mean, I think 4 days in, we're good. Hopefully remain good.
Just kind of talk about the kicking and punting battle that's going on. It seems like everybody's kind of getting really, really good reps.
Yeah, they are. They're good. They're just good players. I'm going to speak specifically to kicker. With Stein being the elder statesman and having kicked here before. Jack Tannehill was an all-stater in Mississippi. Connor Gibbs, highly recruited player out of Metairie Park Country Day. And so you got 3 talented young men right there that are really, really battling, which is awesome because they're pushing each other, and the cream will rise to the crop. And I think will be a good kicking situation. Right now at punter, Bryce Lofton's in the lead, and we're looking for some guys to push him more. And at long snapper, we feel like we're in the best situation. Depth-wise, we've been in a while too. With Brennan Milliron transferring in and executing well, and then Ryder Burns, a great signing out of Lake Cormorant, and then Seth Roberson coming back, who was the hero of the bowl game.
You mentioned Billy a little bit. So compared to the previous 2 seasons, how would you compare the spot you were in as far as quarterback play going into the season as last?
Well, we just got more of them, and then they're executing at a high level right now. Through 4 days, through spring ball, we had a really good spring with all of them. The summer's been good, and they've taken to the offense really well. We're probably throwing and catching at a higher rate than what we've done, at any point in time we've been here, and also with our run checks and things like that.
Coach, talk a little bit about your freshman tackle, Chris Hayes.
Man, yeah, and you know what? I think one of y'all asked me about freshman yesterday and actually left him off, and I think, did I talk about Centario Willis? I don't know if I brought – okay, at corner, yeah, because he's doing good too, but Chris Hayes is really coming on, and he took another step today. In one-on-one pass rush, he really is executing. He's just another guy from Starkville that played for Chris Jones, state champion, was a little bit undersized going into his senior year, probably got overlooked in the recruiting process, gained weight and worked, and he's a mean, nasty, tough dude. He is going to be a really good football player for us and is pushing to get in the mix right now.
Zach Wilkie looked like he had a pretty good day.
Yeah, he did some good things, made some really good throws. With Zach, it's all about, he's so talented. It's all about the mental aspect, great play and then a mental bust, and his great plays are great. We've got to eliminate the mental bust, but I was proud of him on a few of those plays today. Yep.
What have you seen from Stanley coming into that leadership role, coming into his senior year?
Hey, proud of him, proud of how he's grown. He's on schedule to graduate in December. He's really become more vocal. He's learned that communication that is not understood is not communication. That's just sounds. And he has taken that approach. He's become very much a communicator on the back end. He organizes and structures and makes calls, and that's going to aid him better in life. You know what I mean? Because when football ends for him, he's going to be successful at whatever comes next because the way he's grown as a human being.
After the first few practices, I know there were some changes on the offseason about who's calling plays. Has it kind of changed since fall camp started?
Call in which plays?
Just offensive plays.
No, nothing's changed. No, Rebecca Hall's calling them. There we go. Who's next?
Good today to see Swayze. You know, he's fitting gaps and making plays today. Just kind of comforting.
They're just really good. You know, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. They're great at knowing our defense. They're great at aligning fast and getting everybody else aligned, and they know where to be. And then they're talented too. So, boy, it was great in pass rush today. Him and Frank Gore met, and it was I think John Bowden closed the middle, and that was a high-speed collision. You know, because it's good football, and that's what you want. But Hayes and Swayze, it's been good to have them back, along with TQ. And then those two guys we brought in, Jalen Sims and Kobe Cage, are really talented newcomers. And I tell you what, this freshman, man, Jacob Johnson, he can play. You know, so we got more depth there than we've had an inside backer in quite some time.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah, I guess just a typical check-in. Is it any quarterback of the group you think's been kind of stepping up into that lead role?
Not right now. No, we're just 4 days in, man. We've only installed 4 days. We've only done third down for 1 day, so there's so much part of it. We'll scrimmage on. We'll go live the first day. We can go in full pads, which is day 6, and then we'll scrimmage, I think, a week from today. And you know, that'll be a big step next week going into the scrimmage. We'll get through that scrimmage and see where we're at, and kind of go from there. But our target the whole time has always been, you know, around the time school starts. We flip over to get ready for the game.
Anything else?
Thanks so much, guy.
All right, so just first starting off, you were voted best hair in the Sun Belt. How does that feel to be bestowed with such an honor?
Feels great. I didn't even know about the award until I seen it on Twitter, and then everybody started hopping on and voting for me, and I won. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And just kind of going on like a more football note, I guess, just kind of describe how much different this offensive line is than the past.
A lot more physical, I think. These guys, they want to win. They don't want to lose. They're going to be real physical down the blocks.
How's it been just with the rotations in the offensive line? Feeling like you have 5 starters there. Just what's the rotation been like on that side?
Yeah, we have 5 guys up there right now that are real deal football players. I think a few of them have a good shot of moving on past college too. I think that there's 5 clear right now.
So how do you feel like, you know, this progression is going to help with the run game? Because, you know, we kind of saw whenever the offensive line play was good, you know, at ULM last year, and then especially during the bowl game, the run game was able to explode. Do you feel like we will be able to see more of that happen this season?
Yeah, I think last year, later in the year, it kept progressively getting better, and we've been working at it ever since. So I think this year is going to be real big for us.
What's one of the biggest things that you have changed yourself during the off season to kind of prepare yourself for this new role this year?
You know, just working against an older guy. I'm a young guy, came into high school. Working against these, like in high school, not everybody's going to be D1 athletes, so you have to really adapt to that. That's kind of what I did.
Well, just final question, just like general thoughts on this season. How do you feel? Because, you know, this seems like the most talented staff that Will Hall has had, but this is definitely the hardest schedule. What's the confidence level of the team?
I think we're pretty good. I think we feel pretty good about it. I think this year's going to be a good year.
Thank you, Drew. All right, so first off, just kind of starting, you know, it is so glad to see you back and healthy and practicing. How do you feel, you know, coming off that injury and getting back, you know, almost full contact?
Oh, I feel great. I'm super blessed and honored that, you know, I had the opportunity to come back, that Coach Hall wanted me back, and that I got granted a medical by the NCAA. So that was very thankful for that, because I love football, and, you know, to go out the way I did last year versus Tulane, just on a little freak deal, and not really knowing where, you know, my future may be, because they didn't have to give me the medical and Coach Hall didn't have to bring me back. So I'm just super blessed that the Lord had the plan for me to be back here, and I'm super excited.
Feels like the front seven's one of the best in the league. Losing Hobbs, though, what has it kind of been like in that room, the linebacker room?
Yeah, the good thing about like our defense, that we're so deep and we play with so many people and we have so many different packages, and not saying that we won't miss Avery at all for the time being, but 'cause we love that guy and he is a huge part of our defense. But you know, the way Coach OB and the rest of the staff has things going, like we roll guys in and out, and our different personnel packages are pretty scary.
What have you seen from Dylan Lawrence in the safety position?
Long and fast and strong, man. I mean, it's fun watching him and Jay Stanley back there. It makes our job underneath easier because they're scared to throw it at them. They're just gonna hand it off, and you know, we got a great D line, so they're gonna eat, and that lets us get tackled. So you know, having two guys back there like that is really nice to have.
And the addition, Hayes Maple's coming back really big.
Oh, that's my dog, man. Me and Hayes we were basically like student coaches last year, and we both were out, man. We were running Indy, you know, calling plays, he doing stuff on the sidelines. You know, that's my partner on everything, my workout partner, my drill partner out here. So I mean, having him back and us getting back together, man. We went out yesterday for the first contact together, just Mike and Money, like out there together. I was like, man, let's ride. This is awesome. It's back how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and just kind of speaking on that, you know, it was very encouraging just to kind of see you last year. Although you were out with injury, you were on the sideline encouraging guys every play. How do you feel like your leadership role is this year with this team?
Yeah, so I always try to be a leader, you know, whether it's by example or vocally. And, you know, when you're on the sideline, you're not playing, it's harder to get into that leadership role because you don't really have the equity of, you know, being on the field and being that guy. You know, now that Hayes and I can both be back on the field, you know, it kind of takes it from do what I say, now do what I do, you know. So if we can go out there and we can, you know, keep hustling to the ball and making plays and fitting our gaps and all the stuff that we're supposed to do, like that builds up your equity and your character so that people want to follow you.
And, you know, now that you've been practicing against them, what can you say about this O-line? It seems like the best one that Will Hall's had.
Yeah, those guys are good. You know, we had a blitz period today, and I thought I had a free run through, and I got banged back on, you know, just out of nowhere. So the guys they're really good, especially they got a great coach with Coach Greg and Coach Hall showing them what to do, telling them and teaching them, guys. It's really awesome.
How's it been working with the linebacker coach?
Oh, we love Coach Williams, man. He's like one of the dudes, man. He gets in there and he teaches and he coaches us tough, but he lets us know when we do good, which is what you need. You need that critical, but you also need the uplifting. He gives us both.
Awesome. Thanks, Swayze.